Hey, Facebook world, social media world, everywhere world, Instagram world, YouTube world, wherever you're watching this from. I'm back again, Tanya Hills from Cloud Business Services and Tanya's Bookkeepers Bootcamp, and I am here now coming to you from the second vendor day, but third official day of Scaling New Heights in Orlando with Dext. So we have two of the Dext representatives right here. If you guys just want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Sounds good. My name is Nana Gunther. I am a Senior Practice Solutions Expert here at Dext. I'm a CPA, and really here to enable our sales team to make a big impact on the accounting community.
And I'm Alex. I oversee the partner success side of the business for Dext in North America. So my responsibility is to make sure that all of our account managers and our onboarders and trainers are setting up our partners for success.
Absolutely awesome. So for those of you who don't know what Dext is, and of course we've already agreed we can say this, formerly Receipt Bank, so hopefully you've heard of them. One of the major receipt capture apps, and the only one that we use too. On an old grandfather plan, but you know what? I love it. I love the platform. I absolutely love everything. I can't talk about pricing because I don't know what the pricing is now in the plans, but I do know there's all kinds of plans depending on what level. You're a small firm, you're a big firm, they've got all kinds of stuff on that. And I mean, all of our clients carry phones. What is better and easier? I mean, we actually have a hockey team as one of our clients, and they came to me and they said all the players submit expenses, and they have a hard time getting the expenses from them. They'll, you know, throw their receipts in their pockets and then do the laundry. And I said to them, I said, can the players take a selfie? And they're like, yeah, they do it all the time. I said, then they can take a picture of their receipts. It is that easy.
Right.
So, yeah, is there anything like specific that you guys want them to know about on, you know, the Dext side, or any of the other companies that you've recently acquired to solve accountants' problems or bookkeepers' problems or clients' problems too, right?
I think one of the major topics that I found working in practice and then in industry for several years as well is accountants tend to take a lot of shortcuts when it comes to capturing data. So the front end of the process, and then they end up spinning their wheels or spending a lot of time on analytics and reporting. And guess what? If we had captured all that data to begin with.
And the analytics and reporting are wrong, right?
Yeah.
Because the proper data wasn't captured in the first
place.
Absolutely.
That's it. So the best thing to do to not take all the shortcuts is to take the best possible shortcut, which is just take a picture of a receipt and upload it into our app, or send it to a specified email address, and then it gets captured in our app for 10 years. Minimum requirement for IRS, I believe, is 7 years, right?
Yeah,
and
same
even
thing,
for
Canada.
CRA.
Yeah, Canada CRA is 7, so
7
it's 10
years. So it's 10 years, so you're totally covered. And then you've got all the data. You've captured all the information that is available to be captured, and easy peasy. Now you can go on, right? So, that's what our bread and butter product was. Dext Prepare, as many people know it as, Receipt Bank.
Yeah.
And then again, to talk about the newest trends, digital commerce, right? In the past couple of years, we've had so many companies start using digital products, so Square, Stripe, PayPal even. Who would have thought PayPal is back, right?
right.
So, and Amazon Marketplace is doing well. Well, now accountants have all this other data to capture, and it's actually already digitalized, which is great.
Yep.
But now we have to log into several different platforms in order to capture the information in the first place.
And there's duplicates all the time. If you have from Shopify, and also have like a point of sale.
Just on my website alone. So everybody who doesn't know about me, I don't do a lot of e-commerce. I do a small amount of e-commerce, yet I still deal with 3 different platforms. One works better with Wix on my website. One works better with here. And I have only got like 4 things out there right now. I mean, it's just, it's ridiculous.
There's so much data, so many tech solutions for these businesses to operate on.
Yep.
And then the residual effect on accountants then is all the reconciliations, the logging in and then extracting of data and making sure that all the parameters are standardized for, again, the analytics and reporting.
Yep.
One platform might call sales sales. The other platform might call it revenue. They're the samesies.
Yeah.
So let's call it the samesies on our platform, which is Dext Commerce, to provide that solution, integrate with all of those platforms, bring that information in, reconcile it, send it to your QuickBooks or Xero, and that's it. Yeah, so, again, we're focusing on data capture with that product, but ultimately, at the end of it all, you still want to make sure that there's data validation and data integrity is there so that, again, you can fulfill those reporting needs, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so, yeah.
Carrie, I just want to point out really quickly too that there's a feature my team was not aware of up until about a month ago until I pointed it out. We were looking for a specific receipt. Something happened, I don't know exactly what happened, whether it got flagged as a duplicate, whether it got deleted accidentally. I think it was a transaction got deleted in QuickBooks instead of just voided or whatever. And they were going in and looking. There is an advanced search that you can pull up and you can type in by date, by amount, by, something in the description, by pretty much anything to be able to go in, and it makes it easier instead of,
Searching through paper?
Searching through, exactly, boxes and boxes of paper going, where the heck was it? Or again, just searching through emails going, what did I call it? I don't remember what I called it.
Right.
So it's really, really easy to find that stuff as well too. And I'm like, you guys don't know about this?
So from an auditor's perspective, I was an auditor for a number of years. And I remember seeing several auditors carrying massive briefcases.
Yep.
Right? And they're just reeling it around from client to client. Well, imagine now if all your information is digitalized, right? It's just a matter of searching.
Well, absolutely.
It's easier for your auditors even. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
happy
I know,
auditors,
right?
happy accounts.
I actually did have the easiest audit that I've ever gone through for a client in my life. They came, I had everything ready for them, put it on a USB stick, we chatted for 20 minutes, he left, it was the most, and he actually messaged back, he had never heard of that before, and he messaged back and he says that was amazing.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I want to say too, again, which is really good about the Dext Prepare, is that you're using QuickBooks, or Xero, or whatever platform you're using, you have them take a snap and use one of those systems to get it up there. You decide to change platforms. Now what are you going to do with all of that stuff there? So we use it in our firm. All clients take a picture, it goes into Dext, or email it in, or drag and drop, whatever works for them, because you can drag and drop. It just doesn't take Excel. So that's the one thing to know. Let your clients know. Do not forward an email with an Excel, because Excel will go in, but pretty much anything else. And then we've got a copy in QuickBooks, and we've got a copy in Dext. So if anything happens to that QuickBooks,
that's it.
The client decides they want to change platforms, they want to go back to desktop, they want to go to Xero, they want to take it on their own and do FreshBooks, whatever the heck they want to do, or they close their business, it's only accessible for so long there, or again, transaction gets deleted. This is a great backup. It has it in two places. It saved our bacon several times.
Absolutely.
And I tell you, receipts are a lot easier to find from Receipt Bank too than QBO. Sorry, Intuit. It's true.
She said it.
Anyway, yeah.
Certainly, and once the data is in your system, right, you want to make sure, want to have the comfort that it is valid, that, the accuracy is there, right? So maybe even if you use Dext Prepare, you want to feel comfort that, the data is standardized a certain way, or the integrity is there, and that's why we created Dext Precision as well. It's a great practice management or task management tool as well. So we have something called health score, which is quite unique. So even before you start an engagement, before you sign the engagement letter, and you take on a new client, you can connect their QuickBooks or their Xero to Dext Precision, and we're able to see how many duplicate transactions they have, unreconciled accounts, a number of transactions. So although they're telling you, yeah, it's fine, my books are totally fine, it will take you 2 hours to complete it, and then you start an engagement and it takes you 10.
15 hours later.
Yeah, that's on a good day.
That's on a good day. But now you actually get that insight in advance of agreeing to anything. So no surprises. You can provide a no surprises approach to any of your engagements, right? And even on an ongoing basis, let's say you've already taken on this client, well, on an ongoing basis, you can still see that data, those insights, and again, proactively proactively agree on the work that's to be done with your client, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about putting the power back into accountants' hands so we're not working so hard.
Absolutely. It's like an administrative team member right there, right?
Yep.
You can go in, again, prepare is what we use, so prepare is what I know best, but we can go in and we can set, so only on my file do I have auto-publish. There is auto-publish. I know, many people in the States use auto-publish. There are less Canadians that use it for a reason. Our CRA, much more particular with some things. We don't have up in Canada a completely standardized date system. Like, one gas station will use, month, day, year, and the other one will use day, month, year, depending on where their head office is. So yeah, Canada's just kind of a mix of stuff. So it's a little more difficult. So I know more people in the States have that turned on. But you can go in. What I do is as soon as I bring a client on, especially cleanups, love it for cleanups. We have them push all the receipts in. I wait till they're in there. I then sort by supplier.
Yep.
And I go in and I say, okay, here's what I want these suppliers to be called. So maybe Staples, I'm going to have Staples, or Office Depot, Business Depot for the States. I'm going to go in, I'm going to put, okay, that's office expenses. But it's not always going to be office expenses, but most of the time, if it's 50% of the time or more, I put that in so that way I don't have to recode that.
Yep.
So that goes in there. If there's a U.S. vendor, I want to see the U.S. dollars if we don't have multi-currency. So I put USD in the description so that I just have to go in and fill in the amount. Little things like that, and then go in. Then I sort by date, just to make sure that, again, our Canadian dates aren't picked up wrong. And I go in and just do a quick date sort.
Yep.
Fix those ones. And then bam, I go back to sort by supplier and just, quickly go through, and it cuts that cleanup time down hugely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's all about how much data, how well it's captured in the beginning of the process, and it makes the whole engagement just go so much smoother.
Absolutely.
And you don't even have to always have your clients submitting for the suppliers. We also have fetch,
There's
right?
fetch,
So
exactly,
if you have clients that are
exactly.
consistently, they get monthly bills, they have the exact same suppliers that they're consistently, having data flow through from.
Yep.
Set up that invoice fetch, and they don't even have to submit it. It's just coming automatically.
That's right.
The only thing that I would point out with that, because that's something that we did when the fetch came out, I'm like, oh gosh, I did not have that turned on at all, just simply because clients were getting confused as to what they were submitting and what they weren't. So there is a little feature that you can turn on. If it's a duplicate, the client can be notified immediately by email.
Yep.
And I love that immediate notification. And, oh, no, we've already got that. Thanks, but we've already got that. So that way, we don't have the duplicates coming in there. And there's, again, a lot of customization. I don't like things merging because there's a lot of ones that, our clients might have in that are the same date, same amount, same company, and, the invoice number might not be on there, but the description might be different. The AI is not smart enough yet to pick that up, but you can, again, go in and turn off that and say, no, don't merge these. I want to decide if I want to merge them.
Yeah.
Let's say the client then, does submit, they take the picture with the wrong, there's single, multiple, and combine that you can use.
Yeah.
Let's say they use the wrong one. You can then go in and you can split them. Oh, no, you can do easy. There's so much you can do. You just have to go in and play around.
Yeah.
But those tools are there to be able to help catch those errors that, those human errors that are being made.
In terms of communication, right? You
Yep.
to communicate within the app.
In the app,
with
yes.
your client. It's phenomenal per document as well. So you don't have to go searching through emails, because we all know we get enough of those.
Yes.
Searching through emails, you can just easily communicate in app with your client directly on a specific document as well. Very efficient and effective communication ultimately increases, or rather boosts, client relations.
Absolutely.
Right?
Just make sure the client has notifications turned on. Because they won't necessarily get it if they don't have it turned on. But yeah, you're right. Because if you send an email saying, oh, you just submitted a receipt, I can't tell what it is. I can't don't see it. It's too blurry. Something like that. They're like, which one? I don't know. I just went and spent, I got 5 receipts from that place. I just uploaded. You're right. You just send it back immediately. It shows the picture. It shows everything. You type your question, they get it, they can respond. And most of our clients are working on phones these days. So it makes it super, super easy.
You know, the one time I had a paper receipt, handwritten, and I took a picture of it, and our OCR actually recognized it.
It does. It's actually really good. It's really good.
I was astounded.
You know
The CRA might not like it, but Dext will take it.
Absolutely.
We will extract.
It's not perfect, but you're absolutely right. There have been several handwritten receipts that, again, I was surprised that it did that. Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. So, no, that's great. Yeah.
I think the benefit of the partner program too. So,
Yes,
I mean, what we're
let's talk
talking
the partner
about is,
program.
a ton of customization. So we have a dedicated team, Nana included, and our partner product specialists. They're able to work with you to identify, what is the best setup for you, your firm, and your clients. So we want to really take the consultative approach, understand how you work with your clients and the types of industries that you have. Do you have construction, do you have retail, do you have commerce? What are the best ways that we can set up the product to help you? So extremely customizable across, all 3 of our products. And we have a team that's dedicated to making sure that, we enable it best for you and your clients. Because, all firms have, a lot of similar challenges and a lot of similar pain points, but no firm is the exact same in terms of how they interact with their clients, right? So
right. And there are different pricings for the partner clients versus, a direct SMB coming in as well too. So if you do go looking and you haven't looked on their site yet, make sure you're on the partner site. But if you do want your clients to pay for the app themselves, again, there is an option to do that. So you can get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, you can have the partner program, and then if your client wants to have direct and add you as their accountant, they can do that. But again, that partner program, Tanya, to your point, has that full-on support. Preferred pricing, obviously, and more dedicated support from our team as well.
And probably the better dashboards too.
I
know I love your dashboards.
Yeah.
I love your dashboards.
Speaking of, we do have a couple new things coming up. So for all of our current partners who are on Optimize, that would be you. We have a new practice insights dashboard that is coming, which is basically our current Optimize dashboard, like on steroids. And Nana can speak a little bit more to it, but it's the idea is to be able to look. It's in Prepare. It's able to look at all of the submissions, all of your client data, your team data, how much automation you have set up, and looking at all of that to make sure that you're the most optimized to be saving the most time.
Awesome.
The objective here is to provide actionable insights, right? So if you can see all the receipts that have been submitted and the statuses in the process, whether they're up for review or whether they've just been submitted so far, you can even address behavioral issues with that. So you can see how the documents have been submitted over time, right? Over the past month, over the past week, over the past year. Have they been submitted via the app or via Fetch or via sending the receipts to the emails, whichever, and then you can see how that's affecting the speed of your engagement, for example, or the proficiency with which you're communicating with your clients as well. So having all those insights is really excellent. One of my favorite ones actually is seeing between a group of clients on a practice level which suppliers, for instance, have been auto-categorized and auto-published then into QuickBooks. So for example, using an 80-20 rule, for example, if you have all your, or a set of clients doing restaurants, and then, they tend to use a similar vendor. Well, there's no reason why one restaurant or a set of restaurants should have auto-categorized and auto-published for that vendor, but then there's one client who does not.
Right.
Well, there's an opportunity there to create some additional automation and streamline those processes as well. So those insights and that dashboard is just, again, going to, like Alex said, just boost the efficiency that you can get from Dext Prepare. It's basically the dashboard on steroids.
That's awesome. That's absolutely, and just for those who don't know, the dashboard is where you see all of your clients' information at once. Once you go in, you can see all of that information as well in there, but yeah, at a glance, and I love that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so just to wrap things up here, first off, where can people find you?
Yeah, we are towards the back where you can have your lunch service. I actually don't know our booth number. That is
91.
91. There you go.
Not
I
it's
just
more
show
than
up.
just a pretty face, right?
I tried. I know numbers.
Yeah. She's CPA, she knows numbers.
There we go.
So we have a number of things you should definitely swing by if you're a current partner or you're interested in learning more about Dext. We have multiple new products, as mentioned, so we can definitely run you through a lot of the things that we talked about today in more detail. We also have a couple conference specials.
Awesome.
We have a raffle going on. So if you stop by, we can scan you. If you book a demo, we also have a fun wheel to spin, in true Wheel of Fortune manner. So the 3 prizes that we're giving away, basically different ways of interacting with us gets you more entries to win. We are giving away Apple AirPods. We are giving away an Apple Watch. And our grand prize is $1,500 towards Airbnb for your Dext adventure.
Your Dext adventure.
awesome.
We
That's
needed to put a pun in there, didn't we?
needed to put a pun.
Take
awesome.
your practice to the Dext level, everyone.
That's awesome.
So we will be drawing the raffle tomorrow, Wednesday at 1 p.m.
Very cool. So make sure you're here before that. Just want to also, just as we wrap things up, just point out, yes, they are a sponsor for the puppies as well. If you haven't seen the puppies yet, I don't know why you haven't seen them because you just haven't been on social media then. But so what they've done is there are 2 puppies that are going to be available for adoption to 2 lucky people out there. And so Dex has bought them. Some people are like, how much do I buy the puppies for? No. They've been purchased for you, and $50 from each of these puppies, so $100 on behalf of Dex is going to Beagle Freedom Project. And between all of the sponsors here, there's $850 going towards Beagle Freedom Project. You can look it up. It's absolutely great. I've been involved with them for 10 years. And all that we ask is, and all the instructions are on here, we just ask that you take a picture of your puppy, tweet it out, get some social media, thank Dext for this. All the tags are on here for the Beagle Freedom Project as well. Everything's on there. And you know what? If you really want to get excited, just follow the same storylines that we did with the puppies the last few weeks. For those of you who've seen them, let the people at Dex know what your puppy is doing. Your travels home. Puppies interacting with siblings. Like, have some fun out of them. And you don't need, obviously, to feed them or walk them. You just need to love them. So thank you very much for that, for giving to that social cause that's so dear to my heart. And that's awesome. And thank you for taking the time to speak to me. Was there any last things you wanted to let anybody know?
No, I just thank you for bringing the community together. I think the Beagle Project is a phenomenal effort, and I'm really proud to be able to contribute to it. So.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you later, everybody. Have fun and stop by.